Hey guys, so in this video I want to show you how I turn my under eyes from looking like this to looking like this. If that is something that you'll be interested in, just keep on watching. I oftentimes get a lot of questions about my makeup routine, and a lot of people who know me and know what my face looks like with no makeup, this is me with no makeup, are like, how in the world are you getting my under eyes that are so dark? And it's been like this since I was like a little girl. Of course it worsens as I don't eat, if I don't eat well, if I don't drink enough water, and if I don't exercise. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you don't know that I am starting a weight loss journey. And I've seen a lot of videos on this. I covered up my hair because I don't want no makeup to get on it. I wish I had a video that was very, very honest and transparent about actually what it looks like when you have really dark under eyes and your color corrector is smearing. It looks muddy, it can look horrible underneath your foundation if you don't put enough. Like, it's like all of those little things a lot of people aren't super transparent about. So I'm gonna walk you through how I pretty much cover up my dark under eyes and prep it for makeup. My under eyes are the most pivotal parts of my makeup routine. Let's go ahead and get into this under eye makeup. All right guys, so first things first is I absolutely got my face washed. Is my face nice and clean. And normally what I do is, if you guys see me looking this way, that means because the mirror is right there. It's literally right here. Honey, I got me a little bootleg set up, okay? My face is nice and cleansed. So I use this Badescu. I try to get my face and my neck, and so we are absolutely OD with the toner, because I feel like you can never have that much toner on your face. Let that kind of like dry down for a couple of minutes. There's something absolutely unique that happens when you put oil underneath your eye and any other place that's creases. So I just use like a hydrating body oil. You can use whatever type of oil you like. But I normally just put it on my fingertips, or if you have like a dropper, it's better if you have like a little dropper, and I put it in the areas where there is creasing. So around my mouth, and then, oh shoot, what happens? Around my under eye. Okay, so that's pretty much it, and this is what it looks like. The other areas, that with some lotion, a little bit, because with that oil already on your face tends to kind of moisturize, and I just use some Cerave moisturizing cream and lotion those areas like underneath here, your neck, all the things. When you are moisturized, what tends to happen is you get a true color of what your skin looks like, because you never want to do your makeup when your skin is super dry, because you don't get the full look of what your skin looks like when it's moisturized. And what your skin looks like when it's moisturized is really how your skin is. So if you guys haven't noticed, I have some discolorations, and a lot of girls ask about, you know, neck being a little darker. What do you do? So I've been taught, and it's pretty much worked for me, is when it's time to match your foundation, you can either match your neck, okay? This is my neck. You can either match your neck, or you can match your chest. Normally I match my chest because I'm gonna actually show you how you can blend your neck and your chest to look the same. I can do that on a separate video. The oil has set in. You can go ahead and take a paper towel, washcloth, whatever, and go ahead and dab the excess, because you don't want to take it away. Lightly dab the excess oil. Some primer, because I have this Hydro Grip by Milk. Put that underneath. You want to put it throughout your whole face, but because we're just doing eye. So if you haven't noticed, before we go in with makeup, we are heavily moisturizing that under eye. Let me tell you, because when your under eye looks like that, a lot of times it is mad dry. Let me just brush them up. Little brushy brush. Oil that has a dropper. This is what I meant, like a dropper like this. And so I use like a little concealer flat brush like this. This is from e.l.f. But this is like a concealer brush. Absolutely love this stuff. It is the holy grail of why my makeup is usually looks so nice. Well, my under eye usually looks so nice. Kevyn Aucoin, and this is SX14. All right, so this is the Kevyn Aucoin, like this in the inside. All right, and I'm gonna take my concealer brush, which should be clean. Mine is not clean, so you know, I'm praying to God this comes out well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put some of that in there. See, my under eyes got a deep crease. I'm gonna bring y'all closer, don't worry, and do it on both sides. Now, let me tell you something about this Kevyn Aucoin, again, like that nobody talks about, because nobody told me this before I bought it, but I just had to learn how to work with it because it's so freaking good. Consistency of it is that of cream, like it's creamy. Do y'all see that? Let that sit for a little while, because that Kevyn Aucoin is so creamy that it can come off a little messy. Okay, y'all, so back in the days, I used to use a sponge to get this, to blend this out. But a sponge is okay, and I think you can still use a sponge, but I've been using this brush right here. Make sure I tag that below. And for some reason, it's the setting brush. For some reason, this brush has really been doing the job. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. See, I allowed the Kevyn Aucoin to dry down, because one thing about that Kevyn Aucoin that nobody talks about is that it's so oil based, and it's so oil based that it moves a lot. So if you don't give it a chance to like dry down, like kind of how we just did, it gets muggy and murky when it's time for you to put like foundation and concealer and other things. So look how that is blending out, y'all see that? And let me tell you something, to be quite honest, a lot of people love to use the LA Pro Girl, the orange color corrector. Let me tell you something. If you have dark under eyes like myself, and they're deep dark under eyes, let me tell you something. You want to really, look at that, y'all. What the, y'all? Look at that, flawless. If you have deep under eyes like myself, you need to invest in the Kevyn Aucoin. I think it's maybe like anywhere between like $23 to $27. You need to invest in that, because let me tell you, this has lasted me so freaking long. 6 months. Probably time to get rid of it, but it's so good. I've had this probably for 6 months, and this is not an easy find. So I'm gonna make sure when I find it, I link it down below. This is not an easy item to find. Y'all, my thing is, it don't matter what brand you use of color corrector, try to go beyond the LA Pro Girl, because the LA Pro Girl is good if you're on a budget, but if you want to take your makeup look to the next level, go ahead and get a better brand version of a color corrector. What I like about this brush is that sometimes you have to go back in and fill in spaces, because you're like, oh, okay, this didn't color correct so good, or I could still see the darkness peeking through. And sometimes you got to go back in, right? But what I love about this brush is that it's so soft and it's so easy that it pretty much it doesn't wipe away the product. So I'm going around my nose and area, all right? Going here, all the spaces that are like dark, all the areas that are dark. So I know you're like, well, what about around your mouth? And so we're gonna get there. Look at that, guys. I could still use a little more here, but for the most part, look at that. Normally what I like to do is I like to drag some of that product down here, like so. Because again, I wanna use less product because less is best, but it just so happened it's much darker around your mouth. Go ahead and put a little more. So this is, I love full coverage type makeup. So see how I'm bringing some of that down that's still on the brush? So for some people may say, I need more than that. Like Chanel, I need more than that. Go into your Kevyn Aucoin, get your concealer brush. You may still have some left. I still got some left. Just go around. Let it dry down. Let it dry down for a little minute, and then you can brush it out. So the best thing that I've actually done, and I'm gonna try to demonstrate it for you, is when you have your foundation, go around your dark under eye circle, because you don't want to pack on concealer and things and then go and put foundation on top of it, because sometimes the excess product can cause the creasing. Hey, it worked out for us. Our base is ready for foundation. Guess what? I'm tapping. I'm not rubbing nothing in. And this is why I like the brush as opposed to the sponge, because I'm not, let me buff that out. I'm not rubbing anything. I'm just straight up, just like that. Okay, so this is my Makeup by Mario. I'm wearing the 25W, so Makeup by Mario, the new foundation. All right, looks like that. And I went darker. Let me warm this up. I went darker because I could have went lighter, but it's always better to go dark and then highlight your face, highlight out your face if you love that highlighted look. Me, I love me a old nasty throwback Kim Kardashian, super light under the eyes, Pamela Anderson. I love that look. I love that look. So I usually take a sponge. See how this sponge is not clean, y'all? This is a no-no. I'm telling you, this is one of those things where people don't talk about it often, but the placement of makeup is so important, and that you need to make sure you have a good foundation, and a good foundation includes a clean sponge, clean brushes. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Give me 1 second. Damp it a little bit with that Mario Badescu. All right, this should be clean. I'm gonna keep reiterating that this should be clean. All right, look how flawless my face looks already. This should be clean, y'all. This should be clean. I usually start with 2 pumps. Don't do 2 pumps. I'm just a full coverage kind of girl. You can really get away with 1. Here, 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 and let's go ahead. So what you're gonna notice that I'm doing, and let me see if I can bring y'all closer. You're gonna notice what I'm doing is I'm actually going around that under eye. So I'm gonna look at my mirror real quick. I'm going around that under eye, making sure I don't pack on no product around that under eye, going around it. All right. All right. And it's giving skin. It's giving skin. Okay. All right. Let that dry down for about a minute or 2. The things that I use for my under eye concealer. That is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. This is like a full coverage. Let me see if I can get that. Look at that. Full turn around, another affordable concealer is the MILANI Conceal and Prep Long Wear, and this is in the shade Deep Tan 165. So that looks like that. So I use these two. This is the Revlon Colorstay in Toffee. This is pretty much a pressed powder, and I'm gonna show you how to use that. The Revlon Colorstay pressed powder. It looks like this. Also turn around and use the Fit Me by Maybelline Medium Deep. This square velvet, y'all, when I tell you I found this on Amazon, y'all, this is the best thing ever happened to me. Like, can I just tell you, I ain't even exaggerate. Y'all, this literally cuts right underneath flawlessly, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I use some sponges. So see, sponge dirty, this sponge. So I use 2 different types of sponge. This one gets in, and I'm gonna show you. And then this one is like a blend out, all right? So we got all these products getting ready to use, and let's get ready to set. This one is more of my skin tone. I use this right in here, right in the corner, and right out, right in the corner and right out. Yeah, I cut it right in there. Don't bring it down, because we're gonna do it with the next concealer. This is another thing that used to have me looking crazy. I used to think, because I used to see girls say like, run, you know, like, I used to see girls say a few things. I used to see some girls that say, run the sponge up under water, like run it up under water and use it to dab or whatever. Then I saw some girls like take like the setting spray and like douse it, like drown it. And then I'm like, okay, did that. And what was happening was all the makeup was smearing. The makeup was smearing. So I say slightly 1 to 3 pumps like that. And I know some people are gonna be like, girl, that's not even really dampen it. It's not, but it is. So we're gonna let this kind of like dry down like everything else. Allow the under eye concealer to dry down, and then we're gonna go in. So you wanna keep it right here. Don't bring it down here, because we got the other concealer to work with. Just get this nice and done up in here. Wait it right directly up under the eye. Y'all see that crease in my eye? I know y'all do, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it. Other concealer, and this is where like if you want that highlight look, now you can go in with a second look. And I usually do it around here, same areas, but just further out. On the nose too, because especially if you like to make sure that nose is nice and baby nose, and you do it here too. Allow this a chance to dry down. Feel like this is a little too damp. And go lightly. You got to lightly dab that mug. I'm barely applying pressure. Y'all, like this thing is so lightly between my fingers, I can drop it at any moment. Could press it a little harder right here at the nose part, but you gotta lighten it up as soon as you get here. See that? And the other side. Look at that. Flawless. Under eye conceal. Okay? Listen, we are looking cute already. We ain't even done, okay? We're gonna actually take the pressed powder first, all right? Make sure you dab everything out, because when we set it with the pressed powder, that's it. It can't do no more moving. And I shouldn't be doing this much talking, because the more I talk, the more it creases, all right? So what you can do is, you know, you can always make sure you go in with like your foundation. Oh, here it goes. Your foundation sponge to go ahead and buff some of that out to not have any harsh lines or lines of demarcation. All right. Can go ahead and do that. Little that, little that, little that. Who's a little kitty cat watching? Okay. So what we're gonna do is make sure that this is good, because as soon as this is good, you feel like this is good, you gotta go ahead and set it. You can't even wait. So we're gonna go ahead and take this sponge, that. All right, boom, boom, shaka laka. Let me do this side. If at any moment you feel like you want more concealer, this is the time to do it, okay? If you feel like you need just a little bit more concealer, go ahead and do it, because when you set it, baby, that's it. All right, and now it depends. It's all on you, because some girls are not a super highlighty kind of girl. And if you're not, then you may want to skip this. You can skip this. Like, you can literally skip this portion and just leave it at the pressed powder. You feel me? A e.l.f. blush brush. I got this blush brush, but I don't know, it does something. When I tell you, this is another thing. This brush can literally fall out of my hand. That's how lightly I got it. Dusting off the excess. That's what you should be doing. You ain't blending nothing. You ain't doing. Taking off the excess. And we got set eyes. Y'all, we got set eyes. Are we not set? Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and go off camera, finish up my face. I'm not going to do a full beat, but I'm going to just finish this off so I don't look too crazy, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back, and this is my completed look. Y'all, this is my look. I know that I did everything else off camera. It's because I'm gonna go step by step on different things. I just wanted to make sure that this video was strictly for how I cover up my under eyes. And y'all, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to see more videos like this, because this is my first makeup video, if you would like to see more videos like this, please comment down below. Let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do videos like this. This was absolutely fun. Next time we're gonna do some cocktails, and we're gonna do some girl talk with it. So yes, so guys, go ahead and comment down below. What do you think about this look? My under eyes are snatched up to the gods. And yeah, so guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you aren't following me on Instagram, go ahead, the link is down below, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.